Hello and welcome to the first of my videos today to mark the first International Day of Belarusian Culture. I have decided to break off from my fundraising walk in order to record readings of Belarusian poetry by female poets. This is because of my support for the Belarus Women's Foundation and acknowledging the important role that women have played and continue to play in the fight for a new Belarus, a free Belarus. These poems have been translated by my late friend Vera Rich, so it's also a tribute to her. She was a very dear friend and a genius when it came to literary translation, and a genius in very many other ways too. Had she still been here, she would have been very much part of all the protests, and today she would have been out on the streets reciting poetry, singing songs. So partly I'm here in her name. My first poem, and these are all on the subject of freedom, is by Natalia Khrushch. Yesterday, dark fear and emptiness, syndrome of an eternal waiting. Today, fear, emptiness and pain, syndrome of harsh anticipating. Tomorrow, emptiness, pain, load, syndrome of false hopes unsated. And then light mirrored in the water, a bitter tang of iodine in salt breezes. The load, now fallen, lying at your feet. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Very relevant to what is going on in Belarus today, I think you'll agree. I've chosen a very noisy spot to record this. It's an important spot. Behind me is where the suffragettes used to meet. Their meetings would start with the following cry: "I call this meeting to rebellion." The statue behind me is the memorial to the suffragettes, and a number of their marches started here and ended with a lot of them being hauled off by police and subjected to torture in prison. So it's a very, very appropriate site for me to be in. Poets are rebels. Poets have the courage to write and say what is in their hearts. Not all of us have this courage. Poetry is extremely important. Therefore, I'm delighted that this day has been created, and I hope that it is something that continues as Belarus moves forward towards freedom. Живе Belarus!